Welcome to PupilBay.com. This training is created to help assignment experts and academic writers with the task of formatting once an assignment is technically completed. Formatting is a very important aspect of academic writing. Formatting is the process of presenting a document in a certain format that is acceptable by the university for which it is being prepared. If an assignment is not formatted properly, then even if it is prepared with all the necessary research and even if it is accurate in terms of the subject, it will not even be graded and it will be discarded right away. Being subject experts, you know the subject and how to answer the questions or problem statements that are addressed in the assignment. However, learning to format the assignment properly is the only way in which your work can be considered as an academic paper. So we will see how this formatting is done. So this is how a paper will look once you complete it. That is, you have looked into the requirements of the paper and you have answered the requirements, and this paper is already in a proper format. It has got an introduction, it has got various subheadings for the body, and it also has a proper conclusion. There are various styles of formatting that are used by various universities across the world, and the most important ones are APA, American Psychological Association, MLA, Modern Language Association, and Harvard style formatting. And for the example, we are going to format this paper in APA style, American Psychological Association style. This style requires certain aspects to be looked into. The first one would be the font size and the font type. We select the entire document. The font type is always Times New Roman. Type Times New Roman in the respective field, and then the font size, which is 12, and hit enter. We are done with the formatting of the font type and the font size. The next one will be line spacing. Line spacing is nothing but the space between one line and another in this Word document. And this determines how many words approximately can one page hold, and also how many lines approximately can one page hold. The line spacing required by American Psychological Association formatting, or the APA formatting, is 2.0 or double spacing. Now select the entire text in the document and click on this icon that states line spacing and click on 2.0. As you can see, from the single spacing that was available in this document, this has converted to double spacing. So we are done with the basic formatting of the paper. The next thing that we are going to do is the references. Being a subject expert, most of the assignments that you do might be out of your own subject knowledge, and at times you might look at resources. And when you look at resources for doing the assignment, for preparing the actual answers and the solution, there are absolutely no stops, or there are absolutely no rules as to this is where you have to look for the information and this is where you cannot look for the information. However, once you complete the assignment and once you prepare the list of references for the assignment, you must strictly stick to scholarly resources. Scholarly resources are resources published by an academic institution or a well-renowned publishing company or a research facility, or information published by a government agency or the concerned agency of the research. For example, if you are working on an assignment concerning Walmart, then the financial statement and the revenue statement generated by Walmart is a scholarly resource. Similarly, any kind of articles or any kind of interviews, any kind of news items that are telecasted in any well-renowned channel like BBC, CNN, IBN, those things are scholarly resources. And there are two things which look like scholarly resources but are not scholarly resources, and we must be very careful that we must never use this on an assignment, because using these two resources resources will lead to a direct failure of the assignment. The first one is Wikipedia and the second one is YouTube. Any information that you find on YouTube, for example, if you find a BBC interview about a particular company on YouTube, or if you find a BBC newscape from YouTube about a particular company, then the resource is BBC and not YouTube. Similarly, if you find information about anything on Wikipedia, then the resource is the actual resource on which Wikipedia has based this information and not Wikipedia in itself. And you'll be able to find this information at the bottom of the article in the area that states references. So if you are taking any facts from Wikipedia, you are free to do that when you prepare the assignment. But when you prepare the references, you are supposed to use the citation that is linked to this particular fact on Wikipedia. It is always advisable to keep a track and to keep a collection of all the resources that you use for your assignment. Do not miss out any resources, because we tend to open many windows when we search for information and we tend to close those windows once we collect that information. But it is always advisable to copy and paste those URLs in a notepad with the assignment tracking code as its name, so that when we prepare the references, we can look at these URLs and then we can segregate them into scholarly and non-scholarly resources. So once again, to sum up, a scholarly resource is any information that is published by an university, any academic institution, or that is accepted by an academic institution, that is accepted by a research facility or published by a research facility, any of the books that are used as course books, or any of the books from the eminent scholars in that particular research field, and any information posted by government and private agencies who are authorities in that particular field. So now that we know what are scholarly and non-scholarly resources, we can go ahead with the next part, that is collecting resources once we complete the assignment. The method that we are going to use is called reverse lookup. That is, we have already completed the assignment and we are going to look up references for this assignment, and we are going to prepare the bibliography or the list of references out of this. Basically, when you do an assignment, you will be using a lot of resources, and your primary aim must be to use the same resources as much as possible when you are doing the referencing. Only in case if you do not have sufficient resources, or if the resources that you have used are not scholarly in nature but are correct in terms of information, we will simply create references using the reverse lookup method that we discussed earlier. And other than this, try to stick to the original references to your paper as much as possible. So far, they are scholarly in nature. The reference in APA must be prepared with a lot of guidelines, including formatting the text, including the arrangement of the name of the book, author's name, so on and so forth. And this is a lot to learn and a lot to remember. So we might do a mistake when we are preparing the reference if we do it manually. For that purpose, we are going to use a website that will prepare the references automatically for us. The website's name is bibme.org, which is bibme.org. And once you open the website, you need to sign up and log in for the first time that you use it. Once you log in, you'll be in a page like this. As you can see here, you can use a book, a magazine, a newspaper, a website, a journal, film, or other resources. And other resources include interviews, lectures, radio or TV programs, encyclopedia, photographs, so on and so forth. Most probably, we'll be using these 5 resources: book, magazine, newspaper, website, and journal. Here, there are 2 things that we need to remember. For each one of these tabs, there are 2 modes. One is manual entry mode and another one is autofill mode. For the book and for the website, we will use the autofill mode, wherein we just paste either the ISBN number in case of the book or the URL in case of the website and click on load info. We will have the information loaded, and in case of a journal, we are going to use the manual entry mode. So first, let us see how we are going to reference a book. And let us assume that you have used a book called Sabrinus Oxley for Dummies. So right now, how are we going to convert this as a reference? First, copy the name of the book and open a new tab, go to Google, paste the name of the book, space Amazon, and hit enter. open the Amazon link. And in case if you do not have the actual book and if you are going to use the reverse lookup method, just open Google and type books, BOOKS, hit enter, click on the first link, that is Google Books, and type the topic of the assignment here, then search books. You will find a lot of books here. So let us assume you are going to use this book. Open it in a new tab. And we need to find the ISBN number of the book to do the auto mode. So copy the name of the book once again. Open a new tab, go to Google. Paste the name of the book, space Amazon. And hit enter. Open the Amazon link. Either way, we'll be on this page that shows the ISBN number of the book. Come down over here to product details. You will find two numbers here. One is ISBN 10 and another one is ISBN 13. Copy the ISBN 13 number. Go to PupilBay. Make sure that the tab is on book and just paste the ISBN number over here and click on find book. The book will be found. Check if this is the same book. Yes, the author's name is right and the book name is right. So click on select and you will find the details that are filled in over here. And since you have used the book, you know if these are the right details. Check out the same and then click on add to bibliography and make sure that the format is set to APA and the book is referenced. And in case if you are unable to do it using the autofill mode due to some reason, then we need to click on manual entry mode and fill all the details manually, like the book title, the publisher, city of publication, year published, and then the details about the edition and the author, and finally click on add to bibliography. Once again, the book will be added to the bibliography. Next, we will see how we are going to find and reference a journal article for the same assignment. And as far as journals are concerned, we are going to use the manual entry mode. A journal article is a research paper that is published by or accepted by a research publication or an university. There are many websites that sell journal articles for using in assignments and research papers as references, and we are not going to buy any of these journal articles. We are simply going to use the information on these journal articles from one of the websites to create the reference out of a journal article. So first, see how we can find out a journal article. The website that we are going to use is called gestar.org. Open a new tab and type jstor.org and hit enter. This is the website where we are going to find the journal. And once again, we need to use either the topic of the assignment or the main keywords from the assignment to search for the journal. We go back to the assignment and copy the topic of the assignment and we paste it over here and click search. There will be a lot of journal articles that are listed over here, and we can just read the title of the article and find out which one would be relevant for the purpose of the paper. Let us assume that this particular article is relevant. So open it in a new tab and all the necessary information that we require for the referencing can be taken out of this particular link. And here is the information that we require. Go back to pupilbay.org, click on journal and click on manual entry mode, and we need to fill in this form similar to what we did on the book. Select online and then go to the page where we found this article. The first thing would be the journal name. The journal name is different from the name of the article. The journal name is the entire collection of papers published on that particular subject over time, and that has got a collective name which is called as the journal name. So copy the name of the journal that will be found over here and paste it in the respective field. Article title. This is the actual title of the article. Copy the entire article title and paste it over here, and then year published. This can also be found here. Copy this information and paste it here. Volume 89, and the other information is supplement 1, which in other words is version 1. So volume 89 and issue number 1. Page numbers. Just copy the page numbers from here and paste it over here. Date accessed. Always choose the date before, that is the yesterday's date, whenever you do referencing. This is just to ensure that even if the assignment is delivered on the same date on US time, there is no controversy. So date accessed would be any date, that is the yesterday's date. For example, 01/01 tab 2012, and then the article URL. Here most people would copy this entire URL, and this is not the right article URL. The article URL would appear over here as articles table URL. Copy that and paste it in this field. Website title is simply gestar.org. Copy it and paste it. Author's name can also be found over here. As you can see here, there are more than one authors for this paper. We need to include all the authors in the reference. So copy the first name of the first author and paste it here. Similarly, last name of the first author and paste it here. And click on add another author. Copy the first name of the second author, so on and so forth. Once again, add another author, the last author's first name, and the last name of the last author. So now we are done with all the elements that are required here in the form. So click on add to my bibliography. And this is how the journal is referenced. Next we will see how to reference a simple online resource. The next part is going to be very simple, and we are going to use any information from any scholarly resource online that is available in a website. And in this part, you can use any of the online resources that you have collected for the assignment, or if you do not have any online resources, or if the online resources you have used are not scholarly in nature, then you can use the reverse lookup method as follows. For doing this, you can either use the topic of the assignment or the keywords, or you can simply open the document and copy any part of the document, any lines from the document. For example, the first sentence from introduction, just copy it and open a new tab. Go to Google, paste it over here and click on search. You will get a lot of results here with websites that are relating to this particular resource. So open one of the resources which is not Wikipedia or not any promotional website, or not any content management or social media website. This could be a government website or a website of a university or a website of an educational publication or a news website, so on and so forth. As we can see here, the first result that is displayed is sec.gov. This is a government website, so we open this in a new tab and go to bibme.org. Click on website. In this part, you don't have to go for the manual entry mode, do it automatically. The most important thing is remove this HTTP. I repeat, remove this HTTP and then go to this website, copy the URL and come back to bibme, paste it over here and click on load info. The information will be loaded over here on the form automatically. However, this will not be perfect, so we need to check this out. As you can see here, the website URL, the page title and the website title are taken. Sponsor or publisher, go to the website and see to whom does the website belong. It belongs to the US Securities Exchange Commission. That particular agency is the sponsor or the publisher of this information. So we go to bibme, copy this information from here, that is the name of the publisher, and paste it over here. And then version number. This version number will not be available in most of the cases, and there are absolutely no issues with that. Date created, once again, go to the URL. And this date of any article or any information published on any website will either be found over here under the topic of the article, or it will be found at the bottom of the page at the end of the article. And here's the information that we are looking for, the date modified, and this is same as the date published, so it is 07/30/2012. And we go back to bibme.org and type the date in here, 07/30/2012. And then look at the author names. The author names will be mostly taken wrongly by this website, so remove everything that is there. Go back to the URL and look for the author name anywhere. Once again, this information will be found either next to the title or at the bottom. If this information is not found in both of these places, in this case, the publisher's name, which is US Securities and Exchange Commission, can be used as the author with a small twist. Come back to bibme. As you can see here, there are three options: persons, news service and no author. Click on news service and then copy the information from this field and paste it over here. So we are done with all the information in this form: website URL, page title, website title, sponsor, publisher, date accessed and date created, and finally the author. Click on add to my bibliography. And this is how the online resource is referenced. Once we have completed all the three references over here, the next thing to do is download these references. This is the main reason why we logged in the first place, so that we will be able to download it in form of a Word document. Click on download, and once it is downloaded, open it. You will have a document that looks something like this. Do not change anything, starting right from the capitalization and other font styles like italics and the hanging indent that is set over here. Do not change anything. Just remove this APA formatting by bibme.org and copy the entire list of references. Open the actual document, that is the assignment, and paste it at the end of the paper. And bold this word references. we have seen how to reference three different types of resources that are most important to any assignment that you'll be doing in the future. One is a book, the next one is a journal article, and the third one is an online resource. Once again, just to remind you, all these reverse lookup methods that are taught to you so far are to be used only in case if you do not have sufficient references, or if the references that you have are not scholarly in nature. So by default, we'll be using bibme.org to do referencing in an automated format using the actual references that you have used for the assignment, and we will use the reverse lookup method in case of lack of references. So with that being said, we go to the next part, that is in-text citations. In-text citations would be the final part of the formatting, and the concept behind this in-text citation, when you are using an academic resource and when you are giving it at the end of the document as a reference, you have used academic resources for this assignment. However, the university or the professor would also like to know where you have used these resources inside the assignment. So to say, if you are writing an essay about Gandhi, and if you are writing that he is born in Porbandar in the first paragraph, in the first line, and you have taken this fact from his book Experiments with Truth, page number 3, for example, you must mention that this fact is taken from this particular book immediately after you mention that fact in that particular area. This is very important because just the list of references can even be taken from another assignment of the same sort and pasted. However, the in-text citation is very specific to the assignment. And now you might ask me a question. I have actually done the reverse lookup and I have found the resources. How am I to place this inside the assignment? The simple answer would be the books can be placed anywhere for any fact, because it's a whole book on that particular subject, and if you do a specific search for the book, then any information that you give on the assignment will be available inside the book. We are not going to mention any page numbers. We are only going to mention the name of the author and the year. Similarly, when you collect online resources, you are actually copying and pasting parts of the assignment in Google search. So you know which online resource belongs to which part of the assignment. So that can be used as the in-text citation at the end of that paragraph or at the end of the sentence. And as far as journals are concerned, the journal can once again be placed in the assignment based on the article title that you look for. So being the subject expert, you will know which part of the assignment relates to which book, which journal, and which online resource in a better manner than I could say. So obviously, you can place the in-text citations inside the assignment in a very easy manner. In order to create the in-text citation, we can use a very simple and effective method that is applicable to any type of referencing that we use. That is, after deciding the various areas where each of the reference is going to be related to, for example, let us say the first few lines of the introduction are related to the first reference over here, that is from the journal. So all we need to do is copy whatever information is available till the first mention of the year over here and come to the area where we have decided to place it. And note that the in-text citation needs to be placed within this particular sentence, not after this full stop. So by the end of the sentence, just leave a space and paste it over here. Now we need to remove the bracket that encloses the year, that is the opening bracket before the year, and place it before the name of the author. This is how the in-text citation is related to this particular reference, which means this fact that is stated in this particular sentence is taken from this particular journal article. Similarly, you can do the in-text citation all over the paper, and it is always advisable to have at least 1 to 2 in-text citations per paragraph. And in case if a sentence starts with "in my point of view" or "in my perspective," so on and so forth, logically you cannot use an in-text citation over there because that is something that you say. And other than that, for any fact that you state in the assignment, you can either use the reverse lookup method or use the actual reference from which the fact has been taken and create the in-text citation. A perfect list of references without placing them as in-text citations is once again a failure of the assignment. So ensure three things. One is quality in writing. The second one is reference list with proper formatting. And the third one is the placement of in-text citation in an appropriate manner. With these three things, the assignment will be a perfect academic paper, and that is what we expect from you.